That is quick.
Hey guys, welcome back to the New York studio. I'm James alongside Max here with HobbyKing, and we have another product profile for you, and we're real excited about this one. We've been dying to get it out to you, and it's on the new graphene batteries from Turnigy. So guys, now we know we're a little late to the party as the graphenes have been released for about 2 months now, but that was sort of the point. We did that by design, by releasing the graphenes and not coming out with a video right away. We really wanted to see what the community thought of them. We wanted to see what the forums thought of them. We wanted to see what the commenters, the people who are flying them, a lot of the reviewers. So push come to shove, most of the information you might have already read about as far as how the graphenes perform. And that's sort of what we're here to do. Obviously, we're not going to get too intricate into the actual tech because we're not going to reveal the secret sauce that's inside the batteries, but we wanted to give you, you guys, the viewers, a better interpretation, maybe just to see it and feel it. We'll do some tests here with some numbers, but also in this product profile, we got a chance to talk with Nytfury, Shaun Taylor. He is an FPV racer, sponsored by us. He's on Team Multistar. We had a chance to sit down with him very recently, and he talked to us about how long he's been flying the graphenes and such. So we'll show you that a little later on. It was a really good interview, and also he just took part in a drone race, the D1 Drone Nationals down in Australia with our team from Australia, and you could see more of that. That video just came out this week. They follow the behind the scenes. A lot of fun, and they're definitely running the graphene batteries. So Max, bring you in here. You've been flying the graphenes for a while now. You and Alex, they do a lot of the drone racing outside. They love to do that stuff. I flew a couple times in some planes. I can tell the difference, but just as a pilot, just talk about your first experience quick with the graphene.
Well, first thing I strapped my graphene in was my Axe 180.
Okay.
And we run the Multistar 1400 for us, and right away I noticed a huge difference. There was so much more power available to me that at full power, which I'm used to a certain amount of power, there was so much more my PIDs couldn't handle it. Like the quad was freaking out. There was so much power. It was amazing. I noticed a difference right away. And going from, I fly the Multistars and I fly the graphenes, I notice a difference in power and performance, and the power is there through the whole pack.
Yeah.
It doesn't sag. It's just power, power, power all the time until the end of the battery.
Yeah. Now, one of the big things, so we'll get into that later because obviously you see a Vortex on the table and you see an EFX Racer. Those are two of our little speed testers that we used outside. But real quick, one of the comments we recently got on a few weekly updates, if you follow us there, is people complaining about the weight and what's causing the heavy weight of the graphene batteries, whereas most people are saying it doesn't matter about the performance.
No.
But just to talk about what is the weight, Max took apart, we deconstructed a graphene battery a little bit.
As much as we could do.
As much as we can do, just to show you what's on it.
And under the heat shrink is plating, G10 armor plates on your top and your bottom, and they protect you for crash damage. So if you're flying a quad, battery gets ejected, gets hit by a prop, gets thrown into a tree, this protects it. It saved my batteries.
Which never happens.
Would never. I've never done that before. But it saved my batteries once or twice. From prop damage and from tree or ground damage, and it's worth the extra weight.
Yes.
And it's not even that much. It's a couple grams here or there, but the performance, you're not going to lose any performance, or I didn't notice any performance difference running these versus a pack that didn't have these. The weight really didn't affect me much. Some people or a lot of people don't think it does because there's just so much power behind
Yeah.
these packs that the couple grams that are added by the plates don't really bother you too much.
All right, so that's a bit about what's inside of the graphene pack, and you can see that armor plating is awesome. But now let's get to what we actually wanted to accomplish to try to demo you, just to show you, the viewer, visually and also with audio, just the better performance you're going to get out of the graphene. So we'll start with the EFX Racer, one of our more popular planes, one of our fastest racers straight out of the box. We got a fresh one for this, and Max, explain what we tried to accomplish with the EFX.
Well, we wanted to show that you're getting more power from the graphenes, so we did a speed test. We took one of our quantum data loggers and strapped it to the side, and then we took our 1800 4S A-spec packs, which is one of our highest end packs that we have available.
We always love those.
They were great. And we brought in a graphene 1800 4S.
Yeah.
And we compared them speed-wise.
Yeah.
And when we were out flying, I made sure to fly a similar pattern, so I wasn't pushing the graphene into a deeper dive or anything. I tried to fly the same thing, which you can see in the video, and then we saw that there was a difference in speed. It was about 12 kilometers an hour difference.
Yeah.
With the graphene, we got way faster speeds, and the power was always there. So with the EFX Racer, it's a hungry plane when you're flying and wanting to go full throttle, but I didn't notice any sag towards the end of the pack after I've been doing 10 or 15 full throttle passes back and forth, where the A-specs, as I got to the end, I was noticing some power loss.
And that's the other thing, guys. Just listen to the sound difference here between the two battery types. So guys, as you can see with the A-spec battery, it was around 145 kilometers, and then when we did it with the graphene, we were getting around, our highest one was about 157, which was pretty awesome, a pretty significant difference considering everything else being equal on a plane. When you just change the battery out and you're getting those kind of number differences, it's perfect. So that leads us to the next one, just to do it with something else. We want to do it with a drone racer, so we used Alex's multi-star elite version of the Vortex 285, which is fast as is, but explain a little bit about what Alex put in here and the test he did.
So as I mentioned before, with our multi-rotors, we still fly the multi-star 4S 1400 packs. So what Alex did was he strapped up a multi-star pack and then also strapped up a graphene and was just doing full throttle, hard flying, as if you were racing just back and forth across the field we were at. And you'll notice if you look at his OSD recording that the voltage sag on the graphenes versus the multi-star is sagging down way lower than the graphene. And the graphene was also able to keep him in the air, what was it, 30 seconds longer, I think?
Yes.
Around that. And he had so much more power available throughout the whole pack. It was constant, where with the multi-star pack, you'd see it drop off as it got towards the end of the pack, and as you were just pushing on it too much, it just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, and again, Max, just like the EFX Racer, when you change the battery, even in the Vortex or any quad that you've flown on, you can hear the difference.
And you can feel it as a pilot. You really feel the power difference. As many numbers as we can throw at you, when you strap a graphene into whatever you're flying, plane, quad, boat, car, whatever, you feel the difference.
Yeah, I mean, these packs here have almost immediately replaced our usage of other packs, just because if you want to fly something, why not fly it with the best performer you can? It just only makes sense. Which leads us to the last part of this product profile, and that's our interview with Shaun Taylor, Nytfury. We had a chance again to speak with him a little bit. He was able to get his hands on graphenes early on. He'll tell you about that coming up. So guys, have a listen with Shaun Taylor, Nytfury.
Hey guys, I'm Shaun Taylor, aka Nytfury. I fly for HobbyKing, and I've been blessed thus far at all my crashing, and the people have been so gracious to give me all the good stuff to keep me in the air, and hopefully I can keep the wheels turning in the future.
Nice. So now, how long have you been with HobbyKing with us?
So Simon and Toby actually picked me up when I was just a pup at Drone Nationals last
when I met
year,
him.
back when I was 10 degrees of break and flying 8 miles an hour, thinking I was giving it all of it. Our first race was Drone Nats, of course, and I think I took 9th or 11th overall there, so I was really stoked because I had no idea how we ranked amongst the big boys, A few months later, we got invited to the Las Vegas Underground race, and actually my buddy Shaun Stanford won that race, and that allowed us to go back for XDC one, and all the practicing and training and trying to put myself in bad situations, I actually won that race. It was a shock to me, and I was super stoked, but I just kind of didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So and then at that race, I found out about multi GP championships with Chris Thomas, obviously, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on going because I had no idea about it. But I talked with the guys with Simon, and they were so generous. I think they had like a week heads up, and they sent Shaun and I both to the multi GP championships in Orlando, and lo and behold, I won that too. Got the fastest lap, won the race. There was great, amazing pilots there, like really, really good, much better than I am. And 3, 2, 1, go, and I took off and never looked back. And I brought home the W there too. And I'm still adamant that it's luck because I know at these races anybody can win. There's so many things that can happen.
Yeah.
And I got lucky again, man. And that's all it is.
Obviously, prior to you've been flying for a while. Obviously, prior to being with HobbyKing, what kind of batteries were you always flying on prior to being with us?
Well, so I don't have any background like at all with RC. I don't do any RC. I've never done anything. I didn't want to even fly FPV because my buddy Shaun said let's try it, and I was like, no, dude, that looks stupid. I don't want to do it. I was for race cars, and I got into it because of him, and it was only I think we started in December of 2014, so not a whole lot of time before Drone Nationals. And I always flew just the cheapest components I could find. I'm kind of cheap, and that's my problem. I got to stop doing that. But I had tried several different batteries, and I kind of migrated over to the Nanotechs from HobbyKing, and I loved them. I was always puffing them because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to put a timer on my Tyrannus and come down in time. I would just fly him and I would just yell at Shaun, my battery's dead. And he would always yell at me, he's like, you need to land, you idiot. So
that sounds like us here. So like a lot of what happens to us.
Yeah, I really, really liked the just the regular 1300 milliamp Nanotechs. And that's, after we got picked up at HobbyKing, they introduced us to the multi-star batteries.
Yep.
And the 1400 milliamp multi-stars, and they were freaking awesome. I'm still flying them. I love those batteries. For the price, you cannot beat them. I think my buddy tested I think they're called the IRs, and they have really low IRs. Very, very impressive. They compete with the best of them. Now that being said, the guys over at HobbyKing had kept telling me about these top secret batteries, and I was always like, okay, I'm excited. I don't know what to do with my hands. Where are they? I need to see them. And it took a month or so, and finally we got these batteries. They were all kind of shrink wrapped in this crazy looking black and red. It wasn't labeled. I was just told, put them up in the air and see what you think about them. So sure enough, I put them up, and that's about the time that the UTT1 track came out, the Universal Time Trial course for multi-GP.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it felt like a 5-cell to me.
Wow.
And it did not lose its punch. The 1300 milliamp, and I didn't even know what it was. I still wasn't told. And I'd come down and just right at 3 minutes, and it would have full power until it had no power. It would drop, and that's it. And from what I've been told, that's a really good sign of a great battery, to have all the punch, and then none of it.
Yeah.
So, with this battery, I set the world course record. I can't remember. I think I went 11-0. So then I used this battery at the multi-GP championship, and I won the championship with an H quad. I know everybody's all into X quads and this and that, and I flew the Dark Side Quad Stinger, which is it's a little H quad. It's a lightweight H quad, and it was unbelievably fast. What the guys are telling me said that it would just disappear. And I was using these black batteries, and same thing when I got to XDC2. I had these, and I told guys there in Vegas, I'll let you fly them. Tell me what you think. And I had a couple of guys fly them, and they really liked them. I flew the Millennium Falcon with a 4-inch prop, and unfortunately in XDC2 you had to run very little camera rate because it wasn't a speed course, so it's not a place that a hot pop battery could shine.
Yeah.
But we did take them out with the Las Vegas rotor heads after the race, and unbelievable. Even the tone that the motors are making, it sounds different than just compared to the Multi-Stars, which are still an amazing battery. That being said, we had the UTT2 course come out, and the very first day we went out, I went I believe 8.0 or 8.20, which is almost a full second faster than second place.
Wow.
And that's with these batteries. It's kind of hard to, there's a lot of guys that say this battery, that battery. I've never been biased to anything. I just fly whatever. But you can't really deny the numbers because the clock does not lie. The winnings really don't lie. I'm not that great of a pilot. My thing is I train just really overly hard. I'm really critical of myself. My videos that I post are really for me to critique.
Yeah.
I actually don't even enjoy what I get upset because I want to throw stuff at the screen because it looks so ugly to me. I need to learn how to make videos because I need to help out the guys who are helping me. So I'm working on that. But that being said, you can't deny the numbers. If I win 3 races in a row and I have these fastest times, obviously a battery is very important in the component of flying.
Yeah.
And that alone says that's a big statement in itself. And then I was told, these are they're going to be called Graphene. They're made by Turnigy, and they're going to be released very soon. So I was able to start talking about them. Since I've gotten them, that's really all I've been flying.
Wow.
I don't have a need. The thing is, I still can't fly to the full potential of the quad right now. And there's absolutely no reason for me to even try to move on to anything else because it's too fast as it is right now. It's too fast.
Wow.
Until I can fly full throttle near everywhere at any course, what's the point? Everybody's arguing about this motor, this ESC, this frame, this and that. Just show me someone who can fly a full course, a full throttle the whole time. Once you do that, then we can talk. Wow. But as of right now, I have not seen a single battery that performs better than these Graphenes. None. Yeah, guys. So what I fly is the Turnigy Graphene, the 1300 milliamp 4-cell. That's really all I've flown. I don't have any reason to move on to anything else. The weight does not affect me at all one bit. I really love the packs. I don't see myself even moving on to a larger pack or a smaller pack because the races that we run, they has plenty for every type of race that I've been to yet. Speed course, technical, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it'll make it no problem, and it has punch all the way to the end.
Nice. So there it is, guys. We could preach all day about how great the Graphenes are. Hearing it from us, we work for HobbyKing, that's one thing, but there's so much information out there, and hearing it from someone who's now won multiple drone racing championships and probably will be a part of this thing for the long haul, we're glad to have him on the HobbyKing team, Shaun Taylor. He's been using them for a while, and guys, a lot of people have. You could find all the information you need, not just from this product profile, but just do your research out there. If you guys have any doubts about Graphenes, don't. Get yourself a pair. You'll find them on hobbyking.com. Look forward to more product profiles from us, and we'll see you next time.